Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park. Saturday night basketball is finally here. And tonight, Teo and the Surrey Scorchers take on Jordan Williams and the Worcester Wolves. And it's live on the Scorchers YouTube channel, brought to you by Stag TV.
I'm Connor Cashaw, and you're watching the Scorchers pregame show.
Creon's side were resoundingly beaten last weekend against the Plymouth Raiders, as the Scorchers are still searching for their first win in the BBL Cup Group 1. I caught up with him and Connor Cashaw this week in our first Scorchers press conference. We asked some BBL media outlets to send in their questions, and this is what they had to say.
So we've got a question from the Hooper's Voice that says, after two such difficult losses, how do you plan to bounce back this weekend?
I think the key thing for us is we know we've got a lot of experience. We do have the talent. It's key for us to put the work that we're putting in practice into play in the game, and it's going to take a lot of selflessness. So those games are in the past, and there's nothing better than getting a new game to try and rectify everything.
A question from the Baller's Voice. Having coached several of the players on the Wolves, including Henry Wilkins, Matthew Roman and Jordan Williams, do you think that familiarity with those guys will help with your scouting report?
I think if I was playing, definitely would help, but I'm not playing. But obviously we prepare our guys best as we can during the whole course of the week, you know, talking about what their strengths are and what weaknesses they might have. But at the end of the day, you know, we have to turn up and execute and follow our game plan. I think we've shown in certain quarters that we're capable of playing good basketball, but it's been one bad quarter that's hurt us on a couple of occasions. I'm not panicking right now. You know, we're only 3 games in. We haven't really played any games with a full roster. We played against Worcester without Martel, and then obviously we've lost Connor, who's really key for us. So hopefully getting him back at some point will turn everything around for us.
Finally, from High T Hoops, what kind of message are you delivering to your team right now to keep their spirits high?
I think the main part is not, you know, don't judge your ability, but you're going to have to apply yourself. All right, a bunch of pro players, some things that we're trying to work on. Some guys are struggling in some departments, and we'll get there. But you know, it's not going to be fixed straight away. But we know that by the time we get to the championship, we're going to need to put on solid performances.
Now over to you, Connor. So the Baller's Voice have asked, has lockdown and playing behind closed doors made it a different approach going into games?
It's kind of the same approach mentally. I think everyone has their routines. Obviously, the fans aren't here, the crowd isn't here. But at the end of the day, it's basketball, and we're, you know, blessed to play basketball right now and in general. So for me, and I think the rest of the team, we're just hungry to continue to get out there and play.
And a question from the Baller's Voice. What will the team mentality be going into this game, obviously still chasing your first win?
Same as every game. We're trying to win every game and take it one play at a time, one practice at a time, one day at a time. I feel like we discussed our unity and continue to believe in each other and having faith in the program. So if we do that and play our way and continue to grow from the past, we'll be all right.
Finally, a question from BBL Fix. You've played against the Worcester Wolves both with Sheffield and with Surrey. How does your approach change with a change of position compared to when you played with Sheffield?
I would say continue to be more a vocal leader and getting the guys easier shots and making my teammates better. And as they make me better too. The approach is going to be the same though, kind of have a relentless attitude and do whatever the team needs us to do to win.
I'm Teo Newby, and you're watching the Scorchers pre-game show. Let's go!
The Worcester Wolves are a familiar foe to the Surrey Scorchers, with no less than 3 of their players previously playing here at SSP. Jordan Williams, Henry Wilkins and Matthew Bryan and Manning now suit up for Matt Newby's side. I caught up with NBA before the game, looking ahead to the fixture and what his relationship is like with the Scorchers guys.
Of course, you played Surrey a couple of weeks ago. You took the 1-point win. It was a very close game. You're looking to complete the double against Surrey at the weekend. Does it help knowing some of the guys that you've played against before, such as Teo, Skylar, Lavelle, Kaelin? Does that help with your preparation?
Sometimes, obviously, we know their tendencies. Myself will know, Henry will know, and obviously Jordan will know some of their tendencies that other coaches may not know. But I think the biggest thing for us is we all get to compete. Nobody likes to lose to their friends and whatnot. So sometimes when you're playing against other guys, yes, you go out there and do a job, but you take it a little bit more personal when it's friends out there. So you have bragging rights when it comes summertime. When we're going up against each other in the bubble and stuff, we're able to talk about season time. So it's going to be a fun environment, but definitely one we're going to really compete and don't want anybody else to have the upper hand on you when we get to talking smack later in the summer.
And finally, what are your goals for the season? Are you going to be in Worcester for a long period of time, or what's the future hold for you?
Right now, I'm just helping them out. I think everybody knows it's a short-term deal, but it's just helping them out because they have some issues with getting their Americans over. That being said, we do have a strong British core with the guys that we do have, and obviously a European in Martin. But we do have a good group of guys that obviously we haven't got any Americans on the team right now, and we've been able to get a few wins. And we'll see how it goes. Obviously, with 4 Americans coming in, it will definitely bolster the roster and be able to compete. We'll see what happens with Worcester management after this month is over. But I can't say what my exact plans are. I think I'll be with them until around Christmas time. And just I was just kind of here to plug in and help in some gaps where they wasn't able to do so without their Americans.
That's all from the Scorchers pre-game show. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy the game. Your commentary team for tonight's game is Niall Gray and John Hobbs. Make sure you stick around at half-time to catch a YouTube video from one of our players, Evan Walsh, as he plays the PS4 and FIFA with Connor Cashaw.
Let me introduce, before we get to the inductions, my co-commentator this evening. It's a great pleasure to welcome back John Hobbs.
Absolutely, it's fantastic to be here. First time this season at the Surrey Sports Park. A very surreal Surrey Sports Park. No fans still not allowed in the venue, but still going to be a great BBL Cup game today between 2 very evenly matched sides.
So we're just about to get the introduction underway. So when they do, we're going to hand over to John Walker, the legendary PA announcer. But for the moment, we're just going to carry on. John, because last time you were here was that London Lions game.
Absolutely, it was the last game as well where fans were allowed before COVID hit and the league was suspended. And as said, it's a surreal atmosphere here tonight, no doubt though. But Surrey will look to get their first win of the season, even though they have already secured 2 wins over the Bristol Flyers due to COVID. But they'll look to get out onto the court tonight and get their first win as a team against a Worcester side. Very unlucky not to get the win against the Wolves the last time these 2 teams met.
Okay, so referee Keith Williams has sent both teams to the benches ahead of the introductions. So what we're going to do is we're going to hand over to John Walker
Number 10, Mika Ilan. Number 12, Nathan Ramsdale Owen. Number 22, Tola Okiki. 25, Matthew Williamson. And their starters are number 2, Martin Baucknecht. Josh McSwiggan wearing 4. Welcome back to Guildford, Matthew Brian Ammaning suited up in 11. Daniel Johnson-Thompson wears 20. And welcome back to Guildford, wearing 77, Henry Wilkins, with, unfortunately not playing this evening, Jordan Williams. And now, let's meet the Scorchers. And the Scorchers are led out by number 1, Martel McLemore. Number 5, Cam Niarco. Number 8, Alex Kukaravas. Number 10, Kaylin Raftopoulos. Number 12, Mayo Adiaye. And number 77, Evan Walsh. And starting for the Scorchers this evening, number 7, Connor Cashaw. Number 13, Lavelle Cook. Number 15, Teo Gadengbi. Number 41, Dre Rickman. And number 99, Skylar White. That's your Surrey Scorchers this evening.
So we see the lineups for tonight's teams. Just some team news for you. Of course, you have seen today that Rashad Hassan has left the Scorchers, and he will be replaced by Ryan Richards, which would be, I think, his 3rd spell with the club, wouldn't it be, John?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely. 3rd spell with the club. Ryan will join Surrey on a season-long deal. He played previously in Belgium before coming back to Surrey, and yeah, he's stated to Coach Raftopoulos that he wants to stay in the UK for the entire season, and wants to just, spend the entire season with Surrey, and we'll see what happens from then on in.
And of course, for the Wolves, they're going to be without Jordan Williams this evening. How big a loss is that for them?
It's a huge loss. Jordan Williams, of course, ex-Surrey player, a big factor inside, had 19 points, 13 rebounds and 5 assists when these two teams last met in Worcester in the Cup. He'll be a big loss for Worcester tonight. A lot of the focus offensively inside will be on Matthew Bryan and Manning. He will look to shoulder that burden that Jordan Williams has as he is now absent.
And of course, Matthew Bryan and Manning coming back to Surrey. Of course, another person, Henry Wilkins, who spent a lot of time with the Scorchers. Would be like having, what do you think how it would be for Henry? Because Henry is a Guildford lad after all, isn't he? Absolutely, but at the same time, he spent time with Coach Newby at Leeds Carnegie, so those two know each other very well. Matt Newby wanted Henry Wilkins on the roster and got him. Really complements Worcester's perimeter game very well, and he's actually had a very good start in Worcester colours this season. Okay, so we are under 2 minutes to the start of this game between the Surrey Scorchers and the Worcester Wolves. Just to give you some more information, games taking place this weekend. Tomorrow we've got 2 more cup games as the Glasgow Rocks take on the Manchester Giants. Of course, Manchester, wow, what a performance against Glasgow last night. Absolutely, what a start Manchester Giants have made this season so far, 3-0. The National Basketball Performance Centre, obviously a great home for them. They've played absolutely fantastic, and some great wins, especially last night in a blowout against the Glasgow Rocks. Just one quick question for you, John. Worcester Wolves, this is their second back-to-back of the season. Last time they did it, they beat the Scorchers, then lost quite heavily down in Plymouth, I believe, the following day. Now, of course, they're coming into from last night's game where they lost at home to Plymouth by 2. How do you think that's going to affect them? Well, it will affect them a little bit, but it all depends how Worcester start this game, and that will set the tempo. It was a very physical, bruising encounter last night against Plymouth, where they came out 2-point, where they lost by 2, 59-57. However, it all depends how they start this game tonight, and that will set the tempo
how this game will be. It's all about how Worcester will start.
Okay, so we're just ahead. 30 seconds to start the game. Let's have a look at the starting fives for tonight's teams. You see the Scorchers going with Cashel, Cook, Teo Gandemi, the captain, Skylar White and Amondre Rickman. The Wolves, their captain Martin Bauchnitz, Josh McSwiggan, Matthew Briner Manning, Daniel Johnson-Thompson, who's playing really well, the youngster, and Henry Wilkins on his return to the sports park gets a start as well.
Absolutely, looking forward to seeing Daniel Johnson-Thompson tonight. Third season with the Wolves. Impressed coach Newby with his ability to defend multiple positions and his willingness to just learn more about the game as he keeps going. You know, he's a product of the Worcester Wolves Academy and plays for their university team. It's a good starting lineup for the Surrey Scorchers. Skylar White eager to impress. Last 2 games he shot a combined 3 for 22 from the field. So he will really look to push the tempo, and he'll look to have a good shooting game tonight to put his recent bad form behind him. Surrey fans know that Skylar White is a good shooter, a good all-round player, and they want to see that in him tonight, and I know Skylar will want to impress. Yeah,
it'd be good to see Cashel back in the lineup after injury as well, running the point for the Scorchers.
Absolutely, he was one assist, I think, off a triple-double in that game against Worcester when these two teams last met.
Yeah, 12 points, 10 assists and 9 rebounds in that game at Worcester.
Of course, Josh McSwiggan had such a good game when these two teams last met. Almost unconscious from downtown in his 22-point haul against Surrey.
I think he had 14 of them in the first quarter alone.
He did, yeah, 4 of 7 from downtown.
So here we are at the sports park. It's the Scorchers and the Wolves, and we're underway. Yeah, backcourt violation. Mondre Rickman had the ball, threw it into the backcourt. So turnover, Wolves ball, and Henry Wilkins.
And that's one thing that Creon Raftopoulos will want to get out of the Surrey team. 14 turnovers against Worcester when they last met, so Creon will want to keep the turnover numbers down.
Matthew Briner Manning backing down Rickman, outside to Wilkins. Little turnaround, doesn't go. Skylar White collects as the shot clock buzzer goes. Here comes Teo the other way. Bounce pass inside to Rickman, but NBA on him. Goes one way, goes another, goes under. He's called for travelling, too many steps. Shuffled his feet there, John.
Absolutely, but a good start there from Rickman, just letting Matthew Briner Manning know what his intentions are going to be. That's going to be a good battle tonight.
Yeah, definitely one worth watching this evening. So, Wolves on the ball. NBA at the top. Finds Bauchnitz. NBA from the foul line. Shot's good, first points on the board, go to the Wolves. Here we go, Rickman. Outside, Cook, little fake. On the drive, goes against Wilkins. Off the glass, too strong. NBA collects quickly, Wolves the other way. Wilkins in the lane, back outside, stolen by Cook. He was in the passing lane, Cook still has it. Pass off to Teo. Teo fakes, puts it up, too strong. And the Wolves collect. Wilkins from behind the screen. Shot doesn't go. Cashel collects. Scorchers still looking for their first points. Side to Cook. Step back, shoots. Off the sideline, Rickman tried to collect. NBA comes away with it. Briner Manning on the drive. Back outside to Wilkins. Shuffle around to Bauchnitz for 3. Nothing but net.
This is a great start by the Wolves. They've settled into their game early. Very slow, methodical, getting the right shots. Surrey just need to slow the pace down and just let the game come to them.
Indeed, very unselfish basketball from the Wolves in the early going. Teo is fouled on the drive. This is one thing I was saying to Brian last week. It's unusual now because we're the other side, is trying to read the referee's calls from the other way. So it's almost like reverse.
Oh no, absolutely. We used to be able to hear the coaches, the players and the referees. We can't have that at the moment, can we?
Oh, you'll hear the players during the game, trust me.
Not from the bench, though. Your hearing must be better than mine.
Cashaw, Teo in the corner, fakes, improves his position. Drives in. It's foul.
That's tough play there from Teo, but that's what we come to expect from the Surrey Scorchers captain, putting his body on the line there, getting to the hoop, and he's now going to go to the line for 2.
Johnson Thompson took a hit there. Just grimacing a bit.
But that's what Coach Newby likes out of Johnson Thompson. He does the things that you don't see on the statistics a lot of the time. He puts his body on the line, like I just said about Teo, puts his body on the line and does all the little things very well.
1 out of 2, and the Scorchers are on the board. But it's the Wolves who lead by 4. 2.5 minutes into the only quarter. Swigan open from the wing. Shot misses. Cashaw has it after the Skylar White rebound. Oh, pass inside to Rickman, far too strong though.
And Worcester already getting started here.
Back connect. Swigan tries again. This time is nothing but net.
And that's McSwiggan's strength. It's not just the 3-point shooting, it's getting the ball in the catch and shoot and just straight away putting it up. That's great offense from the Worcester Wolves and a much needed timeout, I feel, from Coach Raftopoulos. I feel Scorchers not settling into their game, rushing the offense a little bit, and defensively they're giving players, the Worcester players, a bit of freedom to get a shot off and going inside. There's too many gaps there. That's a good timeout from Raftopoulos.
Yeah, so timeout called on the floor. It's 8-1 in favour of the Worcester Wolves over the Surrey Scorchers. So what we got a little break, John. How does it feel? Well, we've got a little moment before we get into the flow. How does it feel to be back in Surrey?
Well, the first home game, John Walker actually announced you and Brian Williams' name as the YouTube commentators, but not my name. I'm actually very disappointed in that, to be perfectly honest.
I did pass his name on tonight. We might not have heard it.
Well, you know, that's not good enough in my opinion. But in all honesty, it's great to be back here at Surrey Sports Park. It's
good to have the team back together.
Exactly. It's, as I said at the very top of the show, it's different. It's surreal not having supporters here. Last time I was here, I called the Surrey game against London Lions. We had a full house at Surrey Sports Park. It just feels a bit surreal. But hopefully soon we will have these great fans back inside the Surrey Sports Park.
So back underway. Scorchers down by 7. They have the ball. Skylar White, deep 3. Doesn't go, but there's Rickman, collects the offensive rebound. Lovely battle to score the basket.
Absolutely, and that's Rickman's strength, getting that offensive board. 6'10", getting the offensive board, putting it back in.
Balknecht on the drive, forced back outside by Cook, tries again. Little handoff. Can't get the basket to go. It's Balknecht now from the wing. He shot short, batted around, bit of volleyball here. The Wolves come away with it again. NBA puts it up for 3. Doesn't go. Here come the Scorchers.
If you're Johnson Thompson, you need to make those shots inside. An easy layup attempt, great pass from Balknecht. Need to finish them.
Cashaw. Pass inside. Teo's got it. Got 2 men on him. Forced back outside. Oh, lovely pass in. And there's the basket for Cashaw. Cashaw gave to Teo, and Teo gave it back.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful pass from Teo, and the easiest score that Cashaw will have all night.
Swigan. Step back. Long 2. Front irons. Wolves in the battle again for the rebound. Here comes Swigan down the lane, goes lefty. Off the iron, here come the Scorchers the other way. Cook on the ball. Cook down the lane, all the way, in and out. And Johnson Thompson collects.
And both teams missing easy baskets. Close up, It's maybe a little bit of rust, maybe the return to play is still affecting both teams. They're just getting into their rhythm maybe early on.
It's quite low scoring last week, but then it exploded into life. Perhaps we'll see the same again. So NBA on the ball. Backing down Rickman, takes it in, little baby hook, doesn't go. Cashel collects. Bounce pass inside to Cook. Fakes, improves position. Goes to the hoop and scores.
That's a tough play over Henry Wilkins there for Lovell Cook. Great play, and Matthew Bryan and Manning really favouring that hook shot early on, not having much success.
Wilkins guarded by Cook. That could be another battle to watch this evening. Gives it off to the captain, Boutneck. McSwiggan stripped. The foul's called though. They're going to give that to Teo. Connor Cashel collects the foul.
But despite the foul being called, that's great defence, especially from Teo Ogundengbie. As we said earlier, McSwiggan's strength is getting that ball off that screen and getting it on a catch and shoot. He had it again, and Teo was right on him. That's great defence from Teo Ogundengbie.
It's the first team foul on the Scorchers. NBA has it. It's backing down Rickman. Double team comes, gives it out to Backnet. Goes under his man, off the glass. Someone got a touch on that. I think it'll be credited to Boutneck.
Yep, it is credited to him.
Just find their way inside. Teo, pump fakes, fouled.
Yeah, great play there from Teo Ogundengbie, getting McSwiggan in the air, committing himself as he was going up. That's veteran play from Teo.
Because we're seeing Martel McLemore in the game. He's brought a lot of energy in his return to the club. No, Brian was excited to see, because Brian obviously was involved with the club a lot during the heat days when McLemore was last with the side.
Absolutely, it is great to see Martel McLemore back in a Surrey school, well, in a Surrey uniform, of course. Ex-Guildford and Surrey Heat, 7-year absence. Spent all that time, all the last 4 seasons, with the Thames Valley Cavaliers in the National Basketball League, building that team up and really making it into a force in Division 1. Averaged 21 points last season. This is a deserved step up to the BBL for Martel McLemore. It's great to see him here at Surrey Sports Park.
1 out of 2 for the Scorchers captain. Elan in the game, passes off to Boutneck. That's a long 3. Airballs it. Shot clock was running down. Didn't have much of a choice there.
Absolutely. Well, Boutneck had quite a poor shooting night against Plymouth last night. Just 3 for 11 from the field. However, a very smart point guard. Probably one of the most underrated skilled point guards in the league is Boutneck. Lifted the BBL Cup with Worcester last season.
We have a foul called on Boutneck on the floor on McLemore.
You could see a slight grimace on McLemore as he was getting up there. I think he'll be all right, though. He's a tough cookie.
Fine.
Yeah, he's a tough player.
Bounce. Cashel inside. Rickman, little spin, goes up off the glass and in.
Rickman really having a lot of success inside so far. That's a great play from Dre Rickman. 4 points already.
Scorchers have tied the game. 10 apiece. Under 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Boutneck. Outside to Brian Manning. Little one-handed goes. Nice veteran move from Matthew Brian Manning. Cashel out to Evan Walsh in the game for the first time. Cross-court pass. And Cashel couldn't save it, but he saved us, John, there, I think. He saved the equipment.
He did, yeah, he saved me. That's really all I care about, really, to be honest. I'm joking.
So Wolves lead by 2, 2:20 to go It's the first quarter of the BBL Cup clash between the Scorchers and the Wolves from Surrey Sports Park. Elan into Brian Manning. Backing down Rickman. Nice battle here. Goes past him. Score, they're going to say. Travelling.
Travelling, yeah. I actually saw that as well. He had both his pivot feet and he actually moved both of them without... He's obviously complaining that it wasn't.
But you can already see the battle between these two guys is going to be really entertaining.
That's as we said earlier, isn't it? You know, it's going to be a really fierce physical battle inside. And especially as Jordan Williams isn't playing tonight, Matthew Bryan Manning is going to see a lot of that with Rickman.
So you see Keeke into the game, he's guarding Cashaw. Walsh. Cashaw out to White for three from the wing, too strong. Balnet collects.
Even though Skylar White is 0 for 2, it's good to see him. He's kept that confidence going. He's going to keep shooting. That's a good thing there for Skylar White.
Oh, indeed, at some point he's going to come good.
He's going to be hot at some point. There's no doubt about it. He's such a good shooter.
Matthew Bryan Manning for three, drains it. Wolves take a 5-point lead.
7 points for Matthew Bryan Manning as well.
Lovely drive from Conor Cashaw.
Just turned on the jets and found an easy lane to the hoop. That's beautifully done from Conor Cashaw.
Inside the final 50 seconds. Shoots, doesn't go.
That's good defense that's good defense from Skylar White there on that 3-point attempt as Cashaw goes to the hoop again.
Turnaround in the lane, rolls around, doesn't go though, and NBA collects. Scorchers should get the ball back one more time. Visitors from Worcester who lead by 3. Balknecht outside McSwiggan. On the drive, puts it up one-handed, gets it to go. 7 seconds left for the Scorchers.
Got to do something here.
Pressure from the Wolves. Cashaw puts it up. Foul's called.
I think the referee just said there'll be 3 shots as well. Yes, there will.
Yes, he's going to call free throws.
Yep.
It's great work by Cashaw to get a shot off.
And that's a second foul on McSwiggan as well. That's a really bad foul. Matt Newby just bringing him over to just have a quick word with him, but that's veteran play from Conor Cashaw.
We say veteran, he's actually younger than McSwiggan.
Plays like a veteran. Plays like a veteran.
It's the former Sheffield Sharks guard. Sinks the first.
Definite silence, Niall.
It's weird, isn't it? It really is.
It feels so weird.
Doesn't go, but that's an infringement, so Cashaw gets taken again. 2.1 seconds left. Wolves will get the ball. Makes that one count. Balknet has it from midcourt, throws it up, throws it wide. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Worcester Wolves lead 17-15 over the Surrey Scorchers. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park for this BBL Cup clash between the Surrey Scorchers and the Worcester Wolves. And it's the visitors from Worcester who lead 17-15 after the first quarter. John, just looking back on that opening 10 minutes, who stood out for you, say, this to start with the home team, Surrey Scorchers?
Well, Conor Cashaw has 9 points. He stood out for me, really making his intentions known. And what's good about the Surrey Scorchers as a team in that first quarter, 10 of those 15 points came inside. For the Worcester Wolves, of course, Matthew Bryan Manning has 7 points. And at the moment, they've actually got 5 of those points off turnovers. So it's a good start from both teams in an evenly matched first quarter.
Thank you very much for that. Just waiting for the Scorchers to come back onto the floor. So we've got pretty much starting 5 for the Wolves, except for Akiki's in. And for the Scorchers, with first sight of Creon Raftopoulos. And he's joined by Cashaw, Rickman, Walsh, and Martel McLemore. That's the thing when you're same level as the players. You've got to sometimes look behind a player to see who's actually on the floor. You get... Anyhow, back underway, and it's the Wolves ball.
It's first world problems, isn't it?
Bryan Manning out to Balcony, sets the screen. He has, shot doesn't go. Oh, great work by Kiki to give the Wolves another chance. Back outside to Balcony, round to Wilkins. Kiki shoots from the corner, scores!
Great second chance point there for Worcester. Already their 4th offensive rebound in this game. Creon Raftopoulos will need to address the box out and the fact that Worcester are really out hustling Surrey right now.
Kiki got his his reward, I should say, for the rebound. Walsh drives into the lane. Outside, soft pass, easily intercepted by Baltnet. Into the corner, Kiki's open, puts it up, puts it down.
And Worcester driving inside, kicking it out to the open man. There's almost certainly going to be an open person. That's happened on 2 occasions now in this second quarter.
Stop and pop from Cashaw. First points of the second quarter for the Scorchers.
I think a foul has been called there on Walsh,
It is in Walsh,
Certainly looking forward to seeing, myself personally, looking forward to seeing Evan Walsh play tonight, even though he's being subbed out by Teo Ogundembe. What an impact he made in the L. Lynch Trophy for the Oakland's Wolves of the NBL that actually prompted Creon Raftopoulos to sign him to this Surrey team.
It's been a great addition to the roster so far. Bryan Manning backing down Rickman, puts it up, rolls around, doesn't go. There's a Kiki again. Bryan Manning has it. And they're going to call it. The Kiki's actually called for the foul. So the ball will go back to the Scorchers.
But yet again, Niall, another offensive rebound that the Surrey Scorchers have given up. And that's something that Creon Raftopoulos, I think, has got to address. The players in that timeout. That's the 5th offensive rebound and another easy one for Akiki.
So we've got a timeout here in Surrey. It's 23-17 in favour of the Worcester Wolves. So just bring it back to some more action. We mentioned the Rocks taking on the Giants tomorrow in the Cup. Of course, we've got 2 games coming up tomorrow and Tuesday in what we've called the Group of Death. Tomorrow, Sheffield Sharks taking on Newcastle Eagles. And then on Tuesday, it's Leicester Riders against the Sharks. And then the final Cup fixture will be on Wednesday night as the Worcester Wolves take on the Bristol Flyers. And then, with the Cup wrapping up on Wednesday, we've got a big thing on Thursday, have we not, John? It's the start of the Sky Sports coverage.
Absolutely. What a deal for the British Basketball League to get the Sky Sports deal. Sheffield Sharks against the Cheshire Phoenix, followed by a heavyweight clash between the Newcastle Eagles and the London Lions from the northeast. What a time to be a BBL fan. It's going to be so exciting to have Sky Sports and British Basketball League on Sky Sports. It's going to be fantastic.
Indeed, can't wait for that. So back here at Surrey Sports Park, just waiting for the Scorchers to take to the floor. They trail by 6. And it's Raftopoulos to inbounds. Cashel under a bit of pressure. Into the front court. Finds Kalin. To McLemore. Turnaround. Shot doesn't go. Kiki leaves the highest to grab the rebound. Bounce pass from O'Brien and Manning's too strong. Tried to find Boutnet.
Yeah, just a drop in communication there, but a good pass I felt from Brian and Manning, but Boutnet just didn't make that extra run there.
Into the captain, Tegan Newby. Into the lane, turnaround shot. Wide left, he thought he was fouled. Referees don't see a problem, and it's Brian and Manning the other way. Wilkins forced outside to Brian and Manning. Steps back, shoots a 3. Goes out of bounds, that'll be a Scorchers ball. Teo just having a quick word on the referees to find out why he wasn't fouled. Whatever it was, he's accepted the explanation.
You can see that McSwiggan has come on as well for Brian and Manning, so a bit of perimeter firepower now on that Worcester Wolves lineup on the court.
It's a smaller lineup as well, isn't it? Cashel into the front court. McLemore on the drive to the hoop, too strong, and Johnson Thompson collects. Boutnet looking for options. It's going to be a double dribble, is it? Or is it a foul called? Foul called. Martel McLemore with a foul.
That's a first foul on McLemore tonight.
Just the observation, Boutnet dribbles the ball a lot, doesn't he? There's so many bounces. Dutchman on the ball now. Swiggin from the wing. Got it.
On the catch and shoot once more. No hesitation over Teo Ogundengi for Josh McSwiggan.
Cashel into Tegan Newby, guided by Johnson Thompson's got the double team. Gives up to Skylar White. Open man's McLemore on the drive. Puts it up, rolls around and down.
Yeah, nice attack there from Martel McLemore, finding a gap and driving inside for the 2.
Playing like he's never been away from the BBL. Shot clock running down, Boutnet sees to do something, puts the shot up, too strong, McLemore collects. Topless fouls on Henry Wilkins.
And you were speaking about Boutnet, his ability to dribble too much. I think he did it on that occasion, actually, just really over-dribbled, so much so that he had no options other than to shoot. There were a few Worcester players that were ready to collect that pass, but it was never coming.
Cashel takes a seat. We've got Cook back into the game. Skylar White inside to Cook.
Yeah, obvious foul there.
Yeah. With no one in front of us, we could see that foul, no problem. Only the 3rd team foul on the Wolves, so...
It's not often we see fouls, is it? But we spotted that one. There's one for us.
Skylar White backing down Johnson Thompson, takes it inside, off the glass and in.
What a move from Skylar White. Beautifully done, using his elbow to just create some space and going up for 2. Great play from Skylar White.
Wolves lead by 5. Boutnet calling the play. Elan has it. Bounce pass off. And White with a foul. Prevented a dunk there from Johnson Thompson.
Yeah, good play though from the Wolves, good team play, and now they'll go to the line for 2.
So 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the second quarter from Surrey Sports Park in this BBL Cup clash. No good. Skylar White collects. Quickly out to Cook. Cook on the drive, spin move, loses the ball out of bounds. They're going to say last touch was a Wolves player. Pass inside, turnover, Wolves have it. Elan bounce pass off to Brian and Manning, scores. Nice work again from the Wolves.
Beautifully done there, especially with Matthew Brian and Manning getting the ball, then creating a little bit of room for himself to get the shot up.
Teo goes baseline. Forced to give it up. Skylar White from the top. Threes in and out. Wolves looking to build on their 7-point advantage. Brian and Manning calls for it, gets it. Taking on Teo, he's got a mismatch here. Puts it up, too strong. Teo wins that battle, Batnek collects. His shot doesn't go.
A rare mistake though from Teo Ogundebi. Instead of catching the ball, just punches it straight to Batnek. That's another poor play from Surrey, something that needs to be addressed. What should have been addressed in the timeout as well. Offensive rebounds, get the ball.
So changes to the Scorchers. We've got Rickman and Cashel back in. Raftopoulos and McLemore have taken seats. Deep pass to Henry Wilkins. Guarded by Teo. Wilkins on the drive. Lost the ball, but NBA collected. Back outside Wilkins for 3. Side iron, and Skylar White collects.
Great defense from the Scorchers. A rushed 3 from Henry Wilkins as the shot clock was winding down.
Rickman from the foul line, no good. Swigan comes away with the ball eventually. Swigan thought about the 3. Boutnet now for a long 2. Got it. Nice. Came off the screen to score.
Absolutely. Came off that screen. Was wide open. Easy jump shot for the Dutchman.
So Wolves 30, Scorchers 21. 3 minutes 16 to go in the first half.
Boutnik now with 5 points, 5 rebounds and 6 assists in this first half.
Long 2 from Cook doesn't go, hits the top and goes out of bounds. It's going to be Wolves ball. Gilan gives it to Boutnek in the corner. Takes a look at the clock. Stop and pop. Shot's good. Back-to-back baskets for Martin Boutnek.
Back-to-back from the elbow for Martin Boutnek.
Foul on the drive. If he's calling that on the floor, it would be the 4th team foul. So sideline inbounds. Back-to-back to Boutnek is quite a tongue twister, isn't it?
That's quite a headline, isn't it? But with Teo's play just there, you know, he drove to the hoop, actually had a bit of room, but kicked it out to an open Lovell Cook. Nothing wrong with that, but I would have favoured Teo to actually have just gone to the hoop. He would have had an easier basket there.
Wolves on 32 points, so already on pace for a better score than they had last night. They had 57 against the Plymouth Raiders. Skylar White backing down McSwiggan. Goes under him, puts it up. Oh, doesn't go, just come out. Battling for the ball, and it's won by the Wolves.
So important for Skylar White not to get frustrated. He's getting the good looks and he's getting that confidence to get them up. Just needs one to drop, that's all.
His last game in the sports park ended in injection. Oh, lovely drive from Elan to the hoop. And the Wolves bench love it. Henry Wilkins and Jordan Williams were off their feet cheering that basket.
Well, for Elan, he was actually 2 rebounds off a double-double last night against Plymouth. 10 points, 8 rebounds. He can do a job. That was a beautiful move and another timeout called.
So 34-21, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in this first half. Worcester Wolves are playing fantastic. And the thing is, John, it's definitely team with them, is it? Matthew Brown Manning might be topping some of the stats, but the fact is the whole team are contributing.
Absolutely. You know, they're both contributing very well thus far, around 40% from the field. They're getting good looks. The whole team is getting involved. There's been a few possessions that have been a bit rushed, but overall it's been a good job from the Wolves. There's nothing really that's been going wrong for the Scorchers. It's just the shots haven't been dropping, that's all. You know, to start with, they were very rushed, I felt, but they have settled into a rhythm. They just need their shots to drop. I think the main focus for Surrey is on the defensive end. They're allowing too many second chance opportunities for the Wolves. Too many offensive rebounds are going to the Wolves, and that's something that Surrey really need to address with 2:03 remaining in the half.
So while you just summing up there, I could actually hear, now we're the complete opposite sides to the coach, Scorchers coach, Creon Raftopoulos, and I could hear him. So he had a lot to say next time out, so let's see how the Scorchers respond.
I'm going deaf, I can't hear a thing. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know.
Teo shot doesn't go. Oh, lovely rebound from Rickman. The bounce pass was awkward to Cashaw. Just really bounced at his knee, didn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. But a good rebound there from Rickman. That's what Surrey needs, second chance opportunities. They haven't actually scored any points from turnovers, and they haven't really got many second chance points, just 2 of them. So that's a good start there from the Scorchers.
Cashaw. That's on Elan. That'll be 2 shots though, because the Wolves are now into the penalty. So that's saying Cashaw back to the line.
That's a good thing for the Scorchers. Just keep attacking, get Worcester in foul trouble. You know, 1:34 remaining in the half. There's still lots of time.
Cashaw going for his 5th free throw of the game. Perfect 5 of 5. But the Scorchers trail by 11, 23-34, 90 seconds to go in this first half. Brian Manning, guarded by Cook. Such long arms, able to keep the ball away from Cook. Goes through 2 men, deflected out of bounds. Good defense there, Rickman helping out.
Absolutely great defense there from Lovell Cook, really getting to the body of Matthew Bryan and Manning. And so great help there from Rickman. It'll be a Worcester possession.
Yeah, just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. We need to get away immediately. Step back, air ball. Didn't touch the rim, so even though he picked the ball up, the ball goes back to the Scorchers.
Yep, smart defense from Skylar White. It's basketball 101. Just try not to foul, get your hands up.
Just make
and
it
that's
a tough
all
shot, yeah.
Exactly, that's all you need to do.
Teo has it. Hands it off to Skylar White. 55 to go. Cashaw into Rickman, guarded by NBA. Back out. Cashaw fakes, improves his position. Scores! Yeah. What a shot from Connor Cashaw.
And that is Surrey's first 3-pointer in 5 attempts. Great play from Connor Cashaw, getting his man in the air, setting his feet, being open, drains the triple.
Much needed hoop there for the Scorchers. The difference is now 8. Scorchers should get the ball back one more time. Brian Manning
Yeah, he travelled again.
Travelling again, yeah.
Once again, gets his pivot foot and moves his pivot foot.
Trying to argue his case with Keith Williams, but that's a lost cause. Timeout's called.
See, the ball just came
Sorry,
to
we had
us
to stop there a
didn't we?
second. The ball was coming towards us. Of course, we can't pick it up.
No.
So we had to stop with our feet, and of course now that ball's gone off to be sanitised.
And that's
And
something.
use a different game ball.
That's something we've seen throughout the BBL games this season. After every timeout, after every dead ball, you see the ball being taken away by the referee so it can be sanitised by a volunteer, and another ball comes in. One of the many changes that the fans will be seeing when they are allowed back into BBL venues.
Yeah, we didn't want to touch the basketball. We're just trying to save all the equipment.
Exactly. I'm not touching it. You can touch it. It's fine.
I'm here every week, you know. You come down occasionally enough.
I come down to socialise.
So 26-34. The Scorchers trail to the Worcester Wolves. It's going to be a Scorchers ball. 23.8 seconds left, so the shot clock is off. Scorchers can hold for the final shot. And we're going to see a bit of pressure from the Wolves when we get back underway. So Miss Swiggin's going to guard the inbounds pass. It's Skylar White. Finds Cook into the front court. Cook looks at the clock, gives the ball up to Cashaw. Scorchers are going to try and run this final play of the first half. 10 seconds to go. Cashaw again. He's heating up, and that brings us to the end of the first half. So there we have it, the end of the first half here at Surrey Sports Park. The Surrey Scorchers 28, the Worcester Wolves 34. Don't go away, enjoy our halftime entertainment, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Putting down the basketballs and picking up the pads in this episode of the Hoopers vlog with my good friend and teammate Connor Cashaw.
Yo, what's up people? I'm here with Connor Cashaw, aka Cash. We are about to play some FIFA, talk all things hoops.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so you said that you were at Sheffield last year. How was it playing for the Sharks?
I loved it, man. I kind of got lucky in that situation. I came in with the older team, Mac McKnight, who's from my area.
Wow.
They got Tug, BBL legend. It was a good system. I really bonded with the guys, so I loved it.
Shout out to Sheffield Sharks, another BBL team, Scorchers now, so.
Scorchers fan? How you liking it so far, bro? You fitted in good?
I'm excited to be here, obviously. Like you said, like you walked into an older team, the same sort of thing for me this year.
Got the old heads.
Yeah, man, we're gonna make some serious noise, that's for sure.
For sure, brother, I can't wait. I gotta adjust to all y'all slang out here. All the slang, bro. Trust me, I've been so confused. Lately, this past 3 weeks, I've been very confused with what people are saying.
My roommate at the time, it was like my first week of school. And I was like, how was it out there? And he was like, yeah, it's straight.
What?
I was like, at the time, I was lost, bro. I tell you, I had no idea what he meant by straight.
For real?
Yeah, no idea.
You're getting some goats in MLS, bro. Don't slip.
The rumor has it, Messi and Ronaldo are gonna go link up at Inter Miami.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Who's that? That's your boy?
He's not my boy anymore, man. That's crazy.
I'm a Man U fan, so I gotta support them for now.
Yeah, you gotta find your own team though.
Surrey got one?
Huh?
Surrey got a team?
Yes, we back.
Oh,
we back.
Oh.
So obviously, Cash, you're a 2-year pro now. You've played the Sharks 1 year. We're about to start the second year with Scorchers. And you had a collegiate career, 2 NCAA Division 1 schools, Rice and Creon, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, what was your experience like at, go start off with Rice?
It was new, remember? The jump from high school to college is...
putting down the basketballs and picking up the pads in this episode of the Hoopers vlog with my good friend and teammate.
Yes, we back. We back. So obviously, Cash, you're a 2-year pro now. You've played the Sharks 1 year. We're about to start the second year with Scorchers, and you had a collegiate career, 2 NCAA Division 1 schools, Rice and Creon. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, what was your experience like at, go start off with Rice?
It was new, man. The jump from high school to college is, some people don't realize how difficult it could be for players. And,
crazy.
You really have to have not only just like be ready physically, but like mentally too, you know? Because that preseason, you're gonna be conditioning, you're gonna be running, like it's like a job, you know? It's a business now.
You don't get babied anymore.
No, sir. So my first 2 years transitioning to that was fun. It was a challenge, and we had one of my favorite coaches, Mike Rose. He coaches at VCU right now. Man, he would coach you up, like it's hard, coach you up, and then afterwards love you like a father. So that kind of like got our guys going. Although it was hard, man, I'm not gonna lie, mentally, physically, but it taught me a lot, not just about basketball, but like life. So it was a good experience at Rice, man. I mean, loved it there. It was a great support system. I had a lot of family there. Houston's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful campus, and it's very, very intelligent too. Like a great school, top 10 school in the world. So being around bright kids, like non-athletes, bright kids like that every single day was, obviously you get better. You surround yourself with better people than yourselves, you can grow too. So
for sure.
Then I moved on to Creighton, and it was a different situation for me basketball-wise. Played probably a lot. I was out of position sometimes, and just like that's what I learned. It doesn't matter like what position you play in. If you're on the court, you got to figure out to be effective and impactful.
Everywhere it's different. Like you said, like it's all coaches run different systems and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm sure you noticed that when you was in college too. That they're just gonna throw you out there and they want you to take your ability and put it in their system.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Definitely, and especially for English kids, I mean, like, it's just like, it's a completely different game. I mean, you've seen a difference in a professional setting over here compared to what it's like in the States, but high school in this country it's even more of a jump than your jump from your high school to college. Physicality, what you're expected to do on a day-to-day basis. It's just like, man, what if you had to pick out like one moment from your college career that was probably your proudest or best moment, what would you say it is?
Honestly, it may sound cheesy, but the first thought that comes to mind is my senior night. Just walking with my mom and dad, just like, because it just like knowing, like people like to say what they want about college basketball, this, that, but not a lot of people can do that. It's a blessing, it's a privilege. Exactly. So all that like I've been through and all like I witnessed other people get through, and you create bonds when you do with your teammates. So
unbelievable, yeah.
Walking across the stage with that has been fun, but I'd also say when I was at Rice, we made history at Rice. We had 23 wins my sophomore year, which is a school record. We went to the CBI for a long time, and it felt like we were kind of changing the culture. And
what am I doing?
That's gonna cost you. So, but yeah, the thing like one of my coaches told me, which is kind of stuck with me. Sometimes like when we're older, we're not gonna remember who scores the points, who gets the rebounds, but the bonds you build. So that's probably like what I've learned most in life, taking away not just from basketball, just life, bro. So that's what I'll probably.
Right on cue, talking about best experiences.
I don't know if I'm gonna get a bond with this guy though.
Yes, sir.
So you must really be mad.
I was always curious to this because I played with a couple foreign players, people from Israel, Russia, Slovenia. How was it adjusting literally? Not just jumping states. We're not talking about we're just jumping states like I did, but
it's not a 2-hour car ride. I tell you that.
Yeah, like how was that for you, bro? First couple of years, I know it must have been tough missing your family, but
Yeah, I mean, luckily enough for me, I had experience. Yes, sir, we here. I had experience away from home. So when I played for Oakland, I lived away from home. Yes, sir, we're here.
Goodness gracious. That's weird.
I lived away from home, and I think that was like a massive, like an ease into being away. Obviously, a 45-minute car ride and a 12-hour plane ride, that's a goal. It's a completely different story. But speaking the language too, I mean, like you said, I also had teammates from Serbia, Bosnia, Denmark, Iceland, and English isn't their first language. The guys, like, I think that was just a massive thing that helped. It seems simple, but I know a guy came in and didn't really speak much English at all, and then had to basically learn to communicate with his teammates. Like, that's just like a given when you live in the same country as someone.
So my senior year, I met a guy, Martin Kroppel. He didn't speak any English his freshman year, and from how far he's grown and literally learned when I came my senior year, he was pretty much like fluent. Like, I already know that's hard.
Yeah, shout out to all you Euros that go out to the States. It's showtime. Chip. That is disgusting.
Harry Kane.
Oh no. We gotta take him down? No?
There you go, Harry. Why don't we do that the whole game?
Making it a game though. 3-2? Ooh.
I don't know why.
What? No way, bro.
Ah!
Oh!
Uh-oh.
What is going on?
Trouble now. We're in trouble now. Come on now.
Chill, chill, chill. Whoa.
Blow it. That's how you fight back.
After 90 minutes, it's 3-3.
You take it.
Yes! Yes! Kevin.
We hurt you.
Ouch, that one. Ugh. Bang it.
And welcome back to the Surrey Sports Park. John Hobbs here alongside Niall Gray, who's just popped off for just a second to confirm something with the table. Conor Cashaw leading the Surrey Scorchers with 16 points, but they trail the Worcester Wolves 34-28 at the half. Of course, these two teams met in Worcester a couple of weeks ago. Worcester, of course, coming out 86-85 victors. And they'll be looking to do the double in the BBL Cup over the Surrey Scorchers before the BBL Championship season commences. As you can see, both teams just warming up for the second half. And Niall Gray is just making his way back into the commentary box. Niall, with the statistics. Niall, shall I just hand it back to you here? Oh no, he's struggling to get his microphone on. There he is.
I'm back.
You're back. I had to hold the fort for you for just a minute there.
That's all right.
I will hand it back to you though.
We're just querying the stats there for Conor Cashaw, and it is 16 he scored in the first half. So what we're going to do is, before we get underway, let's going to look at some of the highlights from the first half. See them on your screen, and then we'll just talk through them with you. So here we go early in the game. It was good passing from the Wolves throughout the first half, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and that was the strength. And this is Josh McSwiggan at his best, getting off the ball, off the catch and shoot, shooting the three. That's one of Worcester's strengths, as we see here. Rickman inside for two. That was a great start from him.
Because the battle with NBA.
Yeah.
There's one we're watching tonight. And the swing on that drive, when he goes to his right hand and just gets it to go. A lovely work from him. People obviously have seen his shooting, and they obviously don't realise that this guy can play inside and outside. And then that lovely pass inside to Conor Cashaw. And of course, Conor Cashaw has really come alive in his return for the Scorchers. Had those big plays towards the end of the first half, John.
Absolutely, and you know, as we stated, when these two teams last met, he was one assist shy of a triple-double. but again has started on fire here at the Sports Park. 16 points to go with 3 rebounds and a single assist in that first half. But Worcester hold the advantage at the moment going into the third quarter.
Yeah, they lead by 6. We're 2.5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Just one thing that jumps out at me, John, while we got time. Surrey Scorchers from 3-point range, 1 of 5.
Yep,
now,
and
this is a team over the years, because you all know, that's put up a lot of shots.
Absolutely, yeah, and that 3 was late on in the second quarter. You know, they didn't put any more up after that. A lot of their points have been coming inside. They've been getting success inside, predominantly from Rickman and from Connor Cashaw, but also mid-range jumpers have been quite a success as well for them. But I feel that their strength is going inside. If they are to beat Worcester here tonight, they've got to pick up the pace in transition, get buckets inside, and really challenge this Worcester Wolves lineup.
Yeah, just looking for a lot of unusual stuff. I mean, Lavelle Cook's only played 11 minutes so far, scoreless. Skylar White, 1 basket. Evan Walsh, scoreless off the bench. He's only, mind you, he's only played 5 minutes. But it's just some usual stats sticking out, isn't there?
Absolutely. Well, we said at the top as well, Skylar White really needs to have a good game. Once he hits his first shot, I feel that a lot of them will keep coming. Last 2 games are combined 3 for 22 from the field. And again, not really having a good half of basketball, just 1 for 6. But what I do like is that he's not lost any confidence. He's still getting those shots up with the firm belief that they will drop and he will be, he will catch fire. He's got 5 rebounds thus far, just 1 turnover. So it's not all bad for Skylar White. Connor Cashaw, of course, taking the offensive burden for the Scorchers thus far. But for the Wolves, a lot of, it's a well-balanced scoring effort led by Martin Boutnick and by Matthew Bryan Manning, who both have 9 points. Josh McSwiggan has 8 and Tola Akiki has 6. So, it's a well-balanced Worcester scoring effort thus far.
Yeah, we mentioned, obviously, Connor Cashaw came close to a triple-double that game down at Worcester. One player we have to watch tonight, possible triple-double, is Boutnick on 7 assists, 5 rebounds and 9 points at the half.
Absolutely, but he's played the entire 20 minutes so far, so Matt Newby will maybe look to get him off the court at some stage in the game. Fatigue will play a factor. Don't forget, these players have been off since March. They haven't played a competitive game since March, and even though we're settling back into the BBL season, these players will still be feeling some ill effects from that time off. And Martin Boutnick, has got to be, every bit of rest he can get will be so well earned as he is still on the court as we start the third quarter.
Yep, so we're going back to the starting 5 for the Wolves of Wilkins, Boutnick, Johnson-Thompson, McSwiggan and Matthew Bryan Manning. Still there by the Scorchers.
Poor inbound.
Skylar White. Call for travelling.
Creon Raftopoulos not happy there with.
Do you feel just for a second
play,
he thought he was going to shoot a 3, thought, no, I'm going to dribble, and then, of course, in that split second, travel?
I think you're right, Niall. I think as soon as he got the ball, he wanted to shoot the 3, but then just got caught in 2 minds as to what to do. And Creon Raftopoulos really unhappy with that possession, especially as it was a turnover off an inbound.
So, Bryan Manning at the top of the key, hands it off to Boutnick. Swinging inside, broken up by Rickman. I think he's a bit angry himself that he didn't catch the ball there.
Yeah, Rickman really unhappy that he didn't get the ball there. It just came off the tip of his right off his fingertips and went out of bounds. It was a poor pass, but a let-off for Worcester.
Ball comes in.
Happened again.
And that's taken another 3 seconds off the shot clock, down to 5 seconds for the Wolves. Into NBA, Matthew Bryan Manning needs to do something quickly. Puts it up, rolls around and down. Great work from the veteran.
Had a couple of Surrey players on his back there, but he puts it in anyway.
Rickman taking on Matthew Bryan Manning. Too strong. Wins the battle for the ball. Goes again and scores off the glass.
Well, there's a good at least 3 inches there Rickman has over Matthew Bryan Manning. But Bryan Manning, I think, is the quicker of the 2 players.
And he has a long reach, Matthew
Absolutely,
Bryan Manning. Balknet spots the 3. Doesn't go. Teo comes away with it. Bounce pass inside. Teo out. Cook from the corner. Matthew Bryan and Manning collects the miss. Quickly the other way. Wilkins thought about it. Gives it out to Balknet. Matthew Bryan and Manning. He's got a mismatch. He's got Cook on him. McSwiggan into Johnson Thompson. Rejected by Skylar White. Brian and Manning, little Cook, doesn't go. Skylar White collects the board. Quickly the other way. Cook on the ball. Scorchers just keep possession. Skylar White backing down McSwiggan. Turnaround. Too strong. Johnson Thompson collects.
Of course, Matthew Bryan and Manning now 2 rebounds shy of a double-double now as we start this third quarter.
Oh, lovely pass inside to Balknet.
That's a beautiful pass. That's his first assist of the game for Matthew Bryan and Manning, and Balknet with an easy 2. He moves on to 11 now.
See the Wolves sticking out on their highlight reel. Rickman battles against NBA. NBA wins the battle. Balknet comes away with the ball. Johnson Thompson off the glass and in.
Yeah. Great start from the Worcester Wolves, but
he's hit the floor.
He's hit the floor hard.
A lot of agony.
Well, as Johnson Thompson was driving to the hoop, there was a bit of a miscommunication there. Matthew Bryan and Manning really trying to get out of the way as Johnson Thompson was going up for the layup. I don't know if he might have connected with Bryan and Manning accidentally.
Yeah, we were just obscured. That's
it was a bit of, the position was a bit obscure, exactly.
And the referee on this side was standing in front of us. It's hard to see.
But as Johnson Thompson's getting, a physio to just look at him and getting some assistance medically, a great start to this first half. This third quarter by the Worcester Wolves. They're up double digits now. They've made a solid start. I feel that Surrey have gone back to how they started in the first quarter, rushed offenses, making difficult shots, almost individual one-on-one plays, and that's something that we saw in their loss to Plymouth, at Plymouth, when they lost 96-60. There was a lot of individual one-on-one plays, and we're starting to get that again from the Surrey Scorchers. But as for Worcester, playing as a team, smart basketball, smart offense, easy points inside.
Yeah, we're just waiting to find out what's happening with Johnson Thompson. Poor guy, he's a lot of pain. He's pulled his jersey over his face to mask it. I think it might be his ankle. And maybe landed badly on it. And we just hope it's not serious.
Absolutely. He's had a very solid game so far. 4 points, 5 rebounds. And he's one of these players that Coach Newby really likes as a player, someone who's always willing to learn no matter how experienced he is. He's got a great experience with the Bukes Academy, a product of the Worcester Academy, He's got this really good ability to defend multiple positions on the floor. He's a very versatile player. His 3rd season with Worcester, his 3rd season in the BBL, and he's already making a name for himself as one of those established Worcester players, in the team. And I do hope he's okay.
Yeah, played 15 minutes last night in the game against Plymouth. It felt like they're watching the game. He was on the floor a lot longer.
Absolutely, yeah, I thought that as well.
I looked at stats for 15 minutes. I thought, no, he's played longer than that. But fouled out last night. I think he had 2 points and 4 rebounds, something like that. But it just felt he was part of everything for them last.
Absolutely, he brings so much energy to this Worcester team. He's a very versatile player, as I said earlier, and he's on his feet now, but with help from the others.
Yeah, so medical staff taking as long as they need.
And even though we're behind closed doors, Niall, there are no fans here. Both benches are applauding. Even some of the, there were some of the volunteers from up there were applauding as well, but they quickly stopped as the as the camera panned into them.
Yeah.
Do hope he's okay.
Indeed. So while he receives attention off the floor. And we do, like I said, we do hope he's okay. We get back underway. Obviously, we need a player to come in. So Kiki comes in for the visitors.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Trick there. They could have had 4 on 5 there.
Keith Williams was not going to let him get away with that.
Oh, Keith.
Double-digit lead for the Worcester Wolves, 40-30 here at Surrey Sports Park on the edge of Guildford. Cashaw into Rickman, back outside. Shot clock run down. Cashaw needs to do something. Stop and pop in the lane. Difficult shot, doesn't go. Matthew Bryan Manning collects. Shot from the corner. Henry Wilkins comes up short. Still looking for his first basket. Cook on the tries, fouled, going to line for 2.
Lavelle Cook has been really quiet, hasn't he? You mentioned this earlier, Niall, just hasn't scored yet. Now he has the chance to get his first points from the foul line. Second season at Surrey, averaged 19 points a game for the Scorchers last season before the season was halted.
I'd say, of course, we were talking about your last game here last season. You did the Lions game because he was the man that night against the Lions, wasn't
Absolutely. Him and Matthew Bryan Manning, when he was playing for Surrey, really dominated together. They complemented each other so well in that game. And London had such a good start. They were up 20-4 in the early going. But Surrey just kept chipping away at the lead thanks to Lavelle Cook and Matthew Bryan Manning. And it allowed Surrey to get the win in that game.
So Cook remains scoreless after missing both his free throws. Boutneck from the wing, in and out. Cook collects. McLemore got it.
Yeah, no hesitation from Martel McLemore in the corner. Spot up 3. Great confidence booster from Martel McLemore.
McSwiggan's fouled by McLemore. So basket at one end, foul at the other. All in quick succession.
Absolutely, with a cross-court pass, and McSwiggan had almost an open lane for the layup there. There was a smart foul from McLemore just before he was getting that pass off.
Yeah, only second. First team foul for the Scorchers in this third quarter.
Of course, I'm staying to my guns and not touching the ball. That nearly came to me again, Niall.
Yeah, we're just watching Matthew Bryan Manning holding his shoulder there. Hope there's not another injury for the Wolves. I think he seems to be okay now. So Wolves to inbound. Yeah, it's NBA collects. Guided by Skylar White. Cutting Akiki, rejected by Teo Ogundembe.
It's a good pass from Bryan Manning to find Akiki, but great defense from Ogundembe. Read the play well. That's what over a decade of BBL experience does.
8 seconds on the shot clock. It's into Bryan Manning. Guarded again by Skylar White. Backs him down. Good defense from the Scorchers again. Here they come the other way. Cook to Teo, spin move. Puts it up, puts it down.
And that all started with a great defensive play from Skylar White. Smart play to understand what Matthew Bryan Manning was doing. He was going to turn, get that hook shot off, read the play well, and that obviously sparked a Teo basket.
Shot doesn't go. Here come the Scorchers again. Teo on the drive. Through traffic, can't get to go. Gets his own miss. Puts it up, but he's going to the line for 2.
Teo Ogundembe now, what a spell he's having, really attacking the basket and really getting to the teeth of the Worcester defence.
And we're going to have a timeout on the floor called by the Worcester Wolves. The Scorchers have pulled within 5. 5:17 to go in this third quarter. And Teo Ogundembe will go into the line when we return a second. Just your thoughts there, John?
As said, I think Teo really now taking the game into his own. Smart play from Teo to just drive to the teeth of the Worcester defence. And now he'll go to the line for 2. And Surrey chipping away at the lead now, 5-0 run.
Yeah, so we have a little say now, the Teo takeover. And I think that's what we really need from the Scorchers captain. Well, they need from the Scorchers captain, don't they? Step up. Because he has these times, don't he, just in a game where he can step up and just completely take it over.
Absolutely. Well, he had a very quiet first half, just 2 points. Didn't register a single field goal. Got his first field goal there just a few seconds ago before going to the foul line. So, you know, I think Teo really needs this, and I think more importantly, Surrey needs this as well. They've been a bit static and a bit rushed. Their offense has been a bit rushed in this third quarter. This is a good spell from the Scorchers. A smart timeout, I feel, from Matt Newby. But Surrey will look to take advantage, starting with these Teo free throws.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very smart timeout for
Absolutely,
Newby,
yeah.
just to stop the flow.
Absolutely. Well, it's a quick fire 5-0 run from the Scorchers. Of course, Worcester had a 10-point lead before Daniel Johnson-Thompson went down with his injury, and Surrey have really come out of that break like a house on fire. Obviously, Teo getting his first field goal, and now he's going to the foul line.
Of course, with Jordan Williams not playing, the Wolves a bit light on bigs. But Matthew Bryan-O'Malley is just playing a very good game.
Absolutely, and also as well, Akiki has had a very good
off the bench.
Has been, you know, provided such, you know, firepower for this Worcester Wolves side, and has really done well under the basket all game long.
So 2 out of 2 for Teo, cuts the deficit to 3. Wolves lead 40-37. Bryan-O'Malley calls for it. He's got Skylar White on him. Backs him down. Fakes, scores.
There's nothing really you can do about that. But good defense from Skylar White. Better offense from Matthew Bryan-O'Malley.
Wolves lead back to 5. Cook spots up for 3. Short. Tried to grab his own rebound, fouled Boutnick, I believe.
That's unfortunate from Lavelle Cook. Right idea to try and get his own miss, but Boutnick was just a bit quicker.
So, Wolves have the ball in the front court. Kiki off to Elan. Boutnick on the wing. Drives down the lane. Knocked out of bounds. You see he was trying to find a Kiki in the corner there, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, good defense again from the Surrey Scorchers, you know, denying that pass to Akiki.
7 on the shot clock, and they give the ball to Matthew Bryan-O'Malley. He's got Teo on him. Shot doesn't go. Swigan has it. Another opportunity for the Wolves. NBA guarded by White this time, and scores on him.
Once again, nothing you can do about that. Great defense from Skylar White, better offense from Matthew Bryan-O'Malley. I sound like a broken record saying it.
Cook down the lane to the hoop, scores.
What a smooth crossover there from Lavelle Cook.
When things aren't working, just take it to the basket.
Absolutely, he took it to McSwiggan and then laid it in.
Shot wide right. Scorchers come away with it, down 5. Cook wanted it, but Teo wasn't facing him. Now Lavelle Cook has it into traffic. The foul called.
Wow, offensive foul called.
Yeah, on Lavelle Cook.
That's 2 fouls on Lavelle Cook.
So we're heading towards 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Wolves 44, Scorchers 39. It's BBL Cup clash from Surrey Sports Park. Matthew Bryan-O'Malley goes baseline. It's foul putting the ball up. I believe that's going to be on Rickman.
Yeah, Rickman really got committed there. All game long, Rickman has been really patient. When Bryan-O'Malley gets the ball inside, he lets Bryan-O'Malley receive it, and then that he goes to work defensively. There, he tried to reach in to get the steal, and that was a big mistake. And Bryan-O'Malley had an open basket, and now he's going to the line for 2.
Ball string on the first.
One thing with the Worcester Wolves is They were 16 of 18 from the foul line against Surrey at the University of Worcester Arena last time out. They're shooting the ball from the foul line really well throughout the season, and they're doing so again here tonight.
Wilkins back in for Elan. Oh, the dunk from Rickman!
What a confidence booster that is for Rickman. Gap is 5.
It's not cold in here, but that basket is still shaking. Brian Manning gets 3, scores. Once Rickman was on the floor, nothing else is going to happen other than a score for the Wolves.
Absolutely. Well, Brian Manning is definitely the quicker of the two, but athleticism-wise, they're both pretty evenly matched, as we saw in those last 2 possessions.
Cook, turnaround in the lane. Lovely basket for Lavelle Cook. He's starting to heat up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, no, you can feel Lavelle Cook just starting to find his rhythm offensively there. A trademark mid-range fadeaway for Lavelle Cook.
Just had a moment the referees went to call the foul on this side where the table used to be, and then turned around, realised a mistake, and then did the signal the other way.
That's the last time I look at the stats and not look at the action, I'll tell you.
Oh.
It's good to see they can laugh over it, but Keith Williams stern-faced as always.
Henry Wilkins scores. That's his first point on his return to the Sports Park.
But as I mentioned earlier, with Surrey, they don't want to get Worcester at the foul line. They're a really good foul shooting team. As said earlier, 16 of 18 when these two teams last met, and thus far they are 4 of 6 from the foul line.
Back to 7 points. It's been alternating between 5 and 7 points in the last few minutes. Shot too strong from McLemore, but Cook has it. He's got it by Boutneck. Keeps the dribble alive. Almost stripped. Little pass off to Rickman, but the Wolves come away with it. Great defense from Worcester. Pass down the floor from Brian Manning. Rejected by Teo. Henry Wilkins would not get the basket. Pass inside. Rickman, we thought he was going to dunk it, then goes off the glass.
That's much better from Surrey, because in the previous possession, Lavelle Cook had many options there, but decided to go it alone. That was one-on-one individual basketball, something we don't really want to see from Surrey. That was much better.
Brian Manning, hook doesn't go. Rickman collects. Here comes Cook. Scorchers on the run again. Called the foul on Boutneck.
Matt Newby really shouting at his players, so much so that his mask came off as he was talking. He just quickly put his mask back on there, but it's very difficult to shout while you've got a mask on, I've got to be honest. I've tried as well.
Evan Walsh back into the game for the Scorchers. Cashel, Rickman. Tries to go over Brian Manning. Good defense from Matthew Brian Manning, but Walsh steals it. 45 seconds left in the third quarter.
Wisely holding play for Connor Cashel. That's good play from the point guard.
Tough shot, puts it up, draws the fouls, going to the line.
And again, another, I know Connor Cashel is still a young man, but again, playing like a veteran. Getting the contact, making sure his body's in the way, pulling up for the shot, knowing full well he's going to get fouled. That's the second time he's done that tonight. Smart play from Connor.
So Cashel looking for his first points of the second half, misses the first.
But yeah, as you pointed out, Niall, first points of this second half, 39.3 seconds left, 16 points thus far for Connor Cashel, but still has yet to get off the mark in the third quarter.
Perfect from the line in the first half, he misses both. And we're down to the final 30 seconds.
Ooh, that was a really risky pass from Boutneck.
Yeah. It's one of those, if it'd been a fraction of a second either way, it was a difference between a steal and a foul.
Absolutely, yeah, no. Teo had the right idea, but I think too much contact. And again, Worcester at the foul line.
Just his first personal foul of the game. So Henry Wilkins back to the line where he's scored his only points so far today.
Absolutely, and Henry Wilkins, one of the best free throw shooters in the BBL, 89% last season, but he misses the first one. So I can say with confidence that was the commentator's curse, Niall.
Then you're not coming back.
We go through one of these every year, don't we? Brian never has them.
He misses them both, so there's lids on the buckets. So Scorchers, there's about 4 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Cashel gets the screen from Rickman. In the corner, from Teo, in and out. Rickman wins the battle. Back to Teo. Teo rejected by Matthew Bryan and Manning. 1 second left. Macklemore puts it up. Airballs it. Oh my goodness, there's so much action in that final few seconds.
Great defense though from Matthew Bryan and Manning on both occasions. But Worcester have a 5-point lead going into the fourth.
So there we have it. Worcester Wolves 50, Surrey Scorchers 45. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tosin, aka Tos P, aka the Baller's Voice. I hope that you are enjoying the game, whether you're watching from your phone, your laptop, or your TV. You may recognize my voice from certain things. Maybe the juice.
You don't even work out anyway.
Hey, I work out, yo. Everyone knows me. If you want to get some bounce, I do plank, Justin. I plank and I eat salad. And plus, who needs to work out when I can jump higher than you anyway?
From commentary,
I reckon Mike Williams gets it going. Mike Williams dribbling to the corner, shooting it, gets it to go, just like we said.
Or from on the court. I run the Baller's Voice, a platform primarily focused on engaging both the fans, the players, you know, the ballers. That's you right there. And that's why I'm trying to borrow a minute of your time trying to ask you to subscribe to the channel where a lot of the dope content I have coming out is going to be. Whilst you're on YouTube, you may as well do it. So make sure you type in the Baller's Voice into YouTube, hit that red button and get in on the action. Let me know what type of juice you're drinking and take it easy. It's your boy Tos P.
Welcome back to Surrey Sports Park. Niall Gray along with John Hobbs, bringing you BBL Cup action between the Surrey Scorchers and the Worcester Wolves. And it's the visitors from Worcester who lead 50-45, heading into, well, what could be the final 10 minutes, you never know.
Absolutely. May I just say, who let Tosin Oyelisi into our picture from the Baller's Voice? Who let him back in?
I'm saying nothing. We've had this before, John, where you've almost never come back.
No, the Baller's Voice, a fantastic podcast, absolutely brilliant. So good to have Tosin on our Surrey Scorchers screen, no doubt about it.
And while waiting for the Scorchers to come out of their timeout, the Scorchers always seem to be second out of the huddles, don't they?
Well, there's a lot to talk about for both teams, really. But you know, for Worcester, they know what they've got to do. They're 5 points ahead. Just let the fourth quarter come to them. Just settle into a rhythm. But for Surrey, they really need to push the tempo.
And while we just wait for the action to get underway, just a quick shout out to our third commentator, Brian Williams, who's watching from home. I hope you're enjoying the game, Brian, obviously apart from the result.
Yeah, hi, Brian. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, fourth quarter. It's good to have Brian on board with us again this season.
Team together for a fourth straight year. Right, fifth season, I should say now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fourth year, fifth season.
Yeah,
that's right. Shouldn't correct myself.
You got there in the end.
I did. Walsh into the lane. Has to give it outside. Macklemore, too strong, he's free. And Boutneck collects the rebound. And he's fouled by Rickman.
Now, Boutneck really smart there, getting his body in the way, and Rickman committed himself.
Had nowhere
easy
to
foul
go.
Yeah, easy foul to call.
Really good play from Martin Boutneck.
A very smart player is Martin Boutneck, a former Netherlands international.
So, Brian Manning tries to go baseline against Rickman, who shuts it off. So it goes into the lane, pass into McSwiggan. His shot goes over the hoop. Macklemore on the drive, puts it up, too short, gets it, an opportunity. 3-point play coming up for Martell Macklemore. He missed it, he grabbed his miss, got the score, got the foul. Sorry, John, I can let you in
Absolutely,
now.
But when,
so much happening.
Absolutely. When Martell Macklemore was with the Guildford and then the Surrey Heat, his skill was the mid-range jumper, always making sure His defender was committed and then getting a mid-range jumper, but he's added so much to his game, especially since his time with the Thames Valley Cavaliers. And we just saw it there, his ability to drive to the hoop, really get the offensive rebound, and now he's gone to the line for the extra one.
So the three-point play brings Scorchers within 2. It's closest they've been for a little while. Turnover, here comes Walsh to the hoop, puts it up and in, and we're tied.
Just like that, we're tied at 50, first minute of the fourth quarter.
I think it's the first time since 10-10 that we were tied. Wolves have been on top pretty much all game. Shot from the wing doesn't go. Pass inside, Teo off the glass and in. Walsh to Teo for the basket, and the Scorchers lead.
That's their first lead of the game. Great transition play from the Scorchers, and that's what we've been looking for all game long. Surrey pushing the ball in transition, and these are the results that you see. Surrey are ahead by 2.
Boutnet, lovely shot, difficult, managed to just get enough elevation to put that in.
Absolutely a solid mid-range jumper for Martin Boutnet, but he's been doing that throughout his entire career.
Cashaw, pass off to Rickman, gets the bounce.
You could see with Rickman, he really wanted to dunk that on Brian Manning, but instead settled for the easier 2, the floater.
Boutnet. Wilkins from the wing. Got it.
Oh, tough play, tough shot from Henry Wilkins over Martell McLemore.
3-pointer goes, that's his first field goal of the game.
Absolutely, 4 3-pointers he's attempted, that's his first one.
Cashaw drives, puts it up. Brian Manning collects the miss. Frenetic start, frantic basketball in the early game's fourth quarter. Brian Manning decides to go for 3, and why not? Back-to-back threes for the Wolves, and Matthew Brian Manning enjoyed that one. Little celebration, he goes back down the floor.
Another foul, this time on McSwiggan. Teo knew instantly what was going to happen there, and he just kept driving or just kept bumping and bumping into McSwiggan, and the foul was going to be called sooner or later. What a start, though, to this fourth quarter. It's been so, as you said, so fast-paced, and I feel that suits the Surrey Scorchers. They're a quicker team, but Worcester are no slouches themselves in transition.
That's a 6-2 run for the Wolves, so it's back-to-back 3-pointers. Keith Williams is having a little word there with the players.
Very stern word as well.
Cashaw on the wing. Fouled by Wilkins. Good. I think it's a good foul by Wilkins because Cashaw was otherwise past him and going to the hoop.
Absolutely. Well, Cashaw's the quicker of the 2 players. It's a smart foul from Henry Wilkins, but that's his 4th foul of this game. So 1 more and he's done. We've still got 7 minutes and 6 seconds left of this game.
Teo from the corner. Got it.
Throughout his illustrious BBL career, that's been Teo's main favourite spot of all of this basketball court, the corner 3.
Especially here at the sports park. Far side corner 3.
Yep.
You know he's got a great chance of going in. Double teams, Brian Manning.
Good defense from McLemore.
Steals it. Walsh has it. He's on the drive. And is that going to be Henry Wilkins' evening done? It is.
Yep.
Henry Wilkins fouls out.
But going back to the previous possession, as Henry Wilkins pleads his case, he will be taking a seat. He is fouled out, 5 points on his return to Surrey. But Brian Manning is still on the floor on the other side of where we are, as you can just see him now, just coming into the picture. On that double team, just really struggled to kick it out. There was that time when he could have kicked it out. There were open players, but Martell McLemore with brilliant defense, just getting it out of his hands and starting a transition fast break for the Scorchers.
Walsh makes the first free throw. So Matthew Bryan Manning's fine, he's back up again.
And Evan Walsh, coming to the Surrey Scorchers from the Oakland Wolves this season, who impressed in the L. Lynch Trophy for the Wolves, had 33 points against the Hemel Storm. That performance alone was enough to convince Creon Raftopoulos to bring him to Surrey.
He moves on to 4 points. Scorchers lead by 1. Kiki outside Bryan Manning, checks his position, shoots, doesn't go, Cashore collects. Fantastic opening 4 minutes of this fourth quarter. Walsh guarded by Boutnex, finds Rickman. Another battle with NBA. Can't get the shot to go, McSwiggan collects. Oh, lovely shot from Mika Elan.
Smooth play from the Worcester Wolves, number 10. And the Wolves back ahead by 1.
Wolves managed to hold on to the pass. Has the ball back now. Decides to shoot for 3. Makes it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hesitation whether he wanted to get the 3-pointer off, but decided, you know what, I'm letting it go. And
it just looked so casual, didn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Bryan Manning on the ball. What a game he's had this evening.
Double-double, 24 points, 10 rebounds for NBA.
Drives on Rickman. Goes up the reverse. Doesn't get it, but he's going to the line. So back-to-back double-doubles for Matthew Bryan Manning.
Absolutely. Backs up his 17 points, 11 rebounds in the loss to Plymouth last night. Has 22 points and 10 rebounds, from earlier.
So Bryan Manning to the line.
Of course, a former Surrey player and a former GB international, a Brixton Top Cat Junior. Of course, played alongside the great Joe White and, of course, good friend Justin Robertson from the London Lions.
Gets the second. So 1 point the difference. Scorchers lead. Exactly halfway through this fourth quarter. Fantastic game. I hope you're enjoying it just as much as we are here at SSP. Skylar White. No joy, but the Scorchers get the ball back. Step back. Doesn't go, McSwiggan comes away with it. Bryan Manning. Foul's called again.
Of course, Skylar White now 1 for 9 from the field tonight. I think it's the fans. I think we need the fans back. Once the fans come back, I think Skylar White will just absolutely explode from the field.
Once that first shot goes, you can see him shaking his head there, but once that first shot goes, that's it.
Absolutely.
Shooters have got to shoot.
Last season led the BBL in three-pointers made. Was second in blocks as well.
Matthew Bryan Manning double teams. Gets the ball back. Shot clock's down to 5. Has to put it up. Good defense from Skylar White. But Bryan Manning has it. Skylar White took a hit there. And he sat down.
Yeah, I think when Skylar White got that first block on Matthew Bryan Manning, I think as Bryan Manning was coming down, I think he just accidentally got his wrist on Skylar White's face. Nothing intentional, no doubt about it. But three-point play opportunity for Matthew Bryan Manning.
So NBA is inching towards a career BBL night. I have it down as 29 points his career high, so we'll keep an eye on that. He's given the Wolves the lead. Trying to make the advantage 2, which he does.
You can just see just a nice little tug of war between these two teams at the moment. Neither team giving an inch in these final 4 minutes as Evan Walsh is fouled.
Yeah, Kiki picks it up. That's the only thing that's Wolves got to worry about is a foul. Because obviously Swiggan's on 4 fouls himself. You know Henry Wilkins has fouled out. They've lost Johnson Thompson.
Yep, and Boutnick and now Akiki both on 3 fouls as well. So yeah, as you said.
And of course Jordan Williams isn't able to play tonight.
Absolutely. But the important thing as well in that aspect is Matthew Bryan Manning still has not yet committed a foul in this game. And he's sitting on 26 points. So the main offensive threat for the Wolves has still yet to commit a foul and is not in foul trouble at all.
So he's attracting a lot of double teams. Walsh makes the second, so Scorchers cut it to 1. 64-63 in favour of the Wolves, under 4 minutes to go. So it has been so often, it's back once again to Bryan Manning, but he gives it up. Akiki from the wing, too strong. Great board from Elan. Give the Wolves another opportunity. Boutnick on the drive, outside to Kiki. Tries to go through 2 players.
Offensive foul
called. Offensive foul, yeah.
Brilliant play there from Evan Walsh, getting his body in the way, putting it on the line for the Scorchers.
And we have a timeout. 64-63, 3:24 to go. From Surrey Sports Park, Niall Gray along with John Hobbs, bringing you BBL Cup action on this Saturday evening. Wow.
Absolutely,
It's been a really enjoyable game.
It has. It was very slow to get starting. I think Worcester settled into their rhythm early on, much better than Surrey did. Surrey have gotten back into it slowly but surely, and then the 4th quarter hit, and Surrey have just gotten on like a house on fire, and now we have a really close game. And I'm just looking at the stats. Everything is really evened out a lot. Both teams crashing the boards. They're equal on the boards. And it really just is set up to be a fantastic finish. 3:24 remaining. And it's great to see so many people tuning in on the Surrey Scorchers YouTube channel. Over 700 people watching currently at the moment.
Just to give a quick shout out. Sorry, we've not had a social media up, but I've got to give a shout out to the old man at the back. Well, there's no old man at the back unless that's Kevin Baker, and we'll get in trouble if we called him that. And to Mitch Mitchell.
I do miss the family on the left-hand corner, especially the young girl who bangs the drum. Great supporters.
Yep, that's their spot. So hopefully, it won't be for the Riders game next week, but the following game after that, hopefully we'll have some fans to build. Of course, what it means is it's not just simple as letting fans back in. You literally got to redraw the whole plan, the COVID plan.
Absolutely. Well, it was so, I mean, this is my first visit to the Surrey Sports Park since COVID hit, and it's so unusual having to go the long way round just to get into the place.
Oh, yeah, you can't come in through the front door.
Yeah, you can't come in through the front door. It's the back door and then go all the way around.
Cook from the corner. Too strong. Lovely board from Cashaw. He scores the offensive.
Absolutely,
Scorchers back in front. Sorry, John.
Absolutely, and that's the 12th offensive rebound for the Scorchers, now leading the Worcester Wolves in that department, something that the Worcester Wolves were doing all through the first half.
Boutnick drives, loses the ball out of bounds. They're going to say no last touch Scorchers. I thought he'd lost it, but Keith Williams says no, last touch Scorchers, so remains with the Wolves.
And we were talking about the fans. This is something that the drummer girl from the corner would love right now. And all the fans would be on their feet. Final 2.5 minutes left.
Swiggan loses the ball. Here comes Walsh, quickly the other way. Pass off to Teo. Teo puts it up. Oh, beautiful move. Just to switch with the hands to get past his defender.
Absolutely. Teo coming alive in this 4th quarter for the Surrey Scorchers. They lead by 3. And that is the Scorchers' biggest lead of the game.
NBA puts it up. Shot doesn't go, but he's going back to the line once again.
This will be his 6th and 7th trip to the foul line. Matthew Bryan Manning against his former club. He knows this team very well for obvious reasons.
Doesn't get it to go. Just confirmation from the legend. It's Dan Rowledge was right. It's 29 points for the Royals against Manchester, September 2018. So that's his BBL career high. And NBA is still on 26 after missing both those free throws. Still time for him to set a new BBL career high. His side trailed by 3. Teo, fouled by Swiggan. Is that Swiggan's night done? Yes,
yeah,
it
I
is.
think it is, yep.
So Wilkins is fouled out, McSwiggan's fouled out. Johnson Thompson fortunately got injured. And of course, Jordan Williams didn't even play the game through injury. Although Jordan Williams, we've heard, should be back pretty soon. Yep. So I believe, is it Ramsdale Owen coming in?
Yeah, Nathan Ramsdale Owen coming into the game now as Josh McSwiggan is out. And if you're Surrey, you've got to be licking your lips right now. You've really got to attack the basket in these final 2 minutes. You're up by 4. You know, the advantage is with the home team. Absolutely no doubt about it right now.
Yeah, Scorchers trying to improve their position in the groups.
And something worth
2 out 2 for Teo.
And something worth noting, only 2 Worcester players in double figures. Matthew Bryan Manning has 26 and Martin Balknick has 13. No one else really troubling the scorers for the Wolves.
Oh, Boughton almost tripped over.
Nearly travelled there.
Of Matthew Bryan Manning.
Oh.
And fouled Skylar White.
Oh, no.
You can't believe it.
That's 4 fouls for Skylar White as well.
It is. But what happened there, what I thought I saw was Boughton tripping over
he was
back
so
foot
close.
Of Matthew Bryan Manning.
Absolutely, yes, so close to lifting that pivot foot. He did so well to just stay grounded, stay on his feet and not get the ball, not travel basically. Get the ball to Matthew Bryan Manning, and an unfortunate foul from Skylar White as Matthew Bryan Manning back to the foul line.
And he exclaims there something as he misses. That's his 3rd free throw.
Well, he didn't swear, did he? But yeah.
No, but he was close. He knew the people watching at home.
Oh, wow, and another one.
And he's just pointing his head. He's like, but he's got one more to come. Because he was fouled on around the 3-point line.
This is an opportunity, though, lost for the moment for the Worcester Wolves. A great chance to just get that lead back to 2 points, or cut the deficit, excuse me, to 2 points, and they failed in that attempt, and Matthew Bryan Manning knows it.
Yes. Needs to make this one.
0 for 3 for NBA.
I believe that's the last 5 at least he's missed.
My goodness. Sorry,
Teo inside.
Oh.
Foul by Ramsdale Owen. That ball just almost died on the rim, didn't it? But I don't want to make excuses for NBA, but maybe it's tired. He has played a lot of minutes. He has been such a key part of this offense for the Wolves tonight, hasn't he? He's had if you ignore those free throws, he's had a fantastic game.
Absolutely. Only Martin Batnick has played more minutes than him tonight. He's only missed 4 minutes of action so far, so you can sense a little bit of fatigue. Again, like we were saying earlier, these guys they're only just getting back into this. The last time they played was in March. We're about 4 or 5 games into this BBL Cup. Fatigue is still going to be a factor, even towards maybe the new year. So, you can't excuse it.
Talking of missed free throws, Teo missed one there. Boutnet drives outside. Elan shot doesn't go. Battle for the ball. Skylar White wins it. Gives it to Cashel. Scorchers on the run again.
It was 2 on 2 there earlier. Both teams now back.
It's a 2-position game, so the clock is the Scorchers' friend. Looking to finish their cup campaign with a victory. Inside to Teo. Teo puts it up and in.
An 8-point lead now for the Scorchers. Worcester have it all to do in the final minute.
Kiki tries, gets it to go. Lovely work and hardly any time off the clock.
Surrey have got to slow it down. Slow it down. There you go.
Yeah, you can see Coach Raftopoulos wasn't happy about it. Oh! Cook on the drive. Couldn't get his shot to go. No, I think Creon was literally shouting, slow it down,
absolutely.
Slow it down.
And he was right to. I know that Worcester were playing a full court, were hassling the inbound play there. However, you know, once you get the ball over half court, slow it down. And Lovell Cook was almost had the green light to go strong to the hoop there. But he did slow it down, eventually did drive to the basket and goes to the line for 2 shots.
Scorchers building their advantage. Misses a second, so it's 7 points, still a lot of time for the Wolves. Ilan Akiki from the corner. Got it! Oh, 5 quick points. Long pass,
but he still
down to
finds
Cook. All the way to the basket and scores. 75-69, Akiki again. Outside, Boutnick tries to 3. Got it!
Worcester hitting their 3s when it's needed.
They're not giving up. 3 points of difference, 24 seconds. 1 possession game.
Worcester have got a foul. They've got a foul.
Playing keep away the Scorchers. And there's the foul. Ramsdale Owen commits it.
There were chances, though, where Worcester could have fouled, and Matthew Bryan Manning is letting his players know this as well. But once Surrey got to half court and Evan Walsh got the ball, it was almost a keep-away session there. Yeah. And it took a lot of time, nearly 10 seconds off the clock.
So a chance for Cook to put this game to bed. He misses the first, though.
I think
sigh of relief for Worcester Wolves fans watching the game.
And I think Matt Newby's just signalled a timeout to the table here as well.
Makes the second. 4 points of difference. Matt Newby calls timeout.
But you could see the frustration. You could see the frustration on Matthew Bryan Manning's face. As I said earlier, really shouting at his teammates. They had the opportunity to actually get a quick foul to stop the clock, but he took, I think it was around 11 seconds off the game clock, and now 7.3 seconds remaining. Surrey up by 4.
We have to give obviously we've given a shout out Boutnick and Matthew Bryan Manning. The Wolves, as we know, haven't got their full roster yet. They are short-handed because players have fouled out. Obviously, Jordan Williams not playing tough, because Jordan Williams would have been a big factor. We know that fact, because obviously with Jordan Williams playing at Surrey, what a player he was. Of course, he helped the Wolves win the Cup last season. Those 2 players we have to give. Obviously, it's a team game, but Boutnick and Matthew Bryan Manning, what an amazing game, John.
Absolutely. In the first half, Worcester as a team played such great basketball. And in many ways, they have done in the second half as well. However, in the fourth quarter, it's been pretty much all Matthew Bryan Manning, with Boutnick as well, just chipping in. Some of the players have fouled out. Of course, Daniel Johnson-Thompson has gone off with injury. But Surrey, much more of a team effort in this second half, particularly in the fourth quarter.
7.3 to go. Wolves to inbound. Need to get it in quick. Into Boutnick. Shoots from the wing. Doesn't go, and that should be it. Battle for the ball. And there we go. Ball game. Surrey Scorchers have their first win in open play, obviously, because they won 2 games against Bristol on the forfeit because of COVID. So they complete their cup games with a victory over the Worcester Wolves. They take their head-to-head over the Worcester Wolves because the Scorchers lost by 1 it was by 1, wasn't it? Yep. Up in Worcester this season. And we have a 76-72 victory, Surrey Scorchers over the Worcester Wolves. We've talked about Bryan Manning, we've talked about Boutnick. Let's talk about the Scorchers quickly before we go to an interview with Scorchers coach Creon Raftopoulos.
Absolutely. Well, Connor Cashaw and Teo Ogundengbe both with 18 points to lead the Scorchers. But it's such a confidence booster to get that first win of the season. Of course, they beat Bristol twice via COVID. But it's good to see Surrey getting the win in open play this season.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want the Scorchers to go into the next round of the Cup having not won on the floor.
Absolutely. Well, 3 straight defeats, a very close game against Worcester, and a home game against Plymouth. Agonising defeats, of course, the resounding loss at Plymouth as well. But this is such a good confidence booster to get that win tonight. And it was a hard-fought game against an a very competitive Worcester Wolves.
Yeah, so the Scorchers will be next in action in the league when they play Leicester Raiders next Saturday. So what we can do now is we're about to hand over. We're going to hand over to Tom Bonnet, who is with Surrey Scorchers coach Creon Raftopoulos. Let's hear what Creon has to say after the Scorchers' victory over the Wolves.
What a game. I'm joined by Scorchers head coach Creon Raftopoulos. Creon, you had to grind it out at the end, but you got the win. How are you feeling?
I'm not happy. Happy for the guys that we get the win, but we're playing way below what we're supposed to be doing. We are a different team from what's at practice to when we come to a game day. And we need to learn how to share the basketball and trust one another, because we got some good shooters. They're not getting touches, so they start getting frustrated, and it goes on and on and on. So we know how good we can be, but we're really going to have to step up and start playing team basketball.
The first 3 quarters, like you mentioned, you did struggle to get the ball moving, but in the 4th quarter, you seemed to get the assists moving up, and Teo really stepped up as well. What did you think of his performance at the end?
I mean, we knew we'd have the size advantage at certain points, so we had to play downhill, but we settled for fadeaways. It's like, why are you settling for fadeaways when you should be going to the basket? And so the halftime talk was just about showing some heart and character. Right now, we're not showing any team chemistry, we're not showing any heart, and that's disappointing, because that's not what I see at practice from Monday to Friday.
And finally, that first win is in the books, and you now have a bit of momentum going into the BBL Championship.
Yeah, I mean, BBL Championship don't start any harder than playing against Leicester, and so we don't want to get embarrassed on our home court. We're going to have to learn to play together. I know that we're more than capable of doing it, but it's getting that mindset. Today we had a smaller rotation, which was more for the fact that I'd frozen guys out the game than trying to stick to what we were planning to do.
Thanks, Creon. Back to you, Niall and John.
We hear Creon talking there, John. Wasn't happy. Got the win. Still wasn't happy. There's still a lot, he says, the team need to do.
Absolutely. There were a few things, from the first half that Creon would definitely address his players over. Second chance points, just getting that defensive rebound just to make sure that the other team doesn't get a second chance, and just getting up and down the floor and just overall execution offensively. In the 4th quarter, they succeeded, they got that, and ultimately they got the win against a Worcester team who were either fatiguing or had players fouling out. So it was a good win in that aspect, to win ugly, I guess. But for the BBL Championship, with the players they have, Surrey do have a lot of work still ahead of them. But I think every team in the British Basketball League will probably say the same thing. They still have things to iron out. They still want to reach their full potential, and Surrey are just one of those teams.
Yeah, he said at half-time, wants his team to play with heart and character and get up, attack the basket. And we saw that definitely in the second half, didn't we? Drive. Just literally fast break. Every time they got the ball, turnover, or they got a rebound, just drive quickly to the basket at their end.
Absolutely. At times Surrey were relying a bit too much on individual play, one-on-one play, and I think that was evident in their loss to Plymouth down in the southwest, where they were just relying a lot on individual plays. They were slipping back into that slope as well, especially in the early stages of the 3rd quarter. That's when Worcester had their run. They led by double digits. But Surrey are a very resilient team. They're a veteran team. A lot of the players have, a lot of BBL experience. They know what they're doing on that floor. And in the 4th quarter, they really put it all out there. They had 31 points to Worcester's 22 in that final stretch, and that ultimately allowed them to get the win.
Okay, well, that's going to do it. And my thanks to John Hobbs for joining me this evening for this BBL Cup clash. Don't forget the Scorchers are back here at the Sports Park next weekend on the 5th when they take on Leicester Raiders. What a opener that is going to be in the BBL Championship. They are probably one of the informed teams, aren't they, right
Absolutely, and they're coming out of the group of death as well, as many people have said, with Newcastle, Sheffield and London. So, a tough start for Surrey.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight, John. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
So, for Niall Gray and John Hobbs, I'd like to say goodbye. We'll see you soon.